Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Microbiotics Bio Talk. Welcome to this week, and hopefully this time we'll be able to also learn one or two things that are beneficial to our health. Yesterday was World No Tobacco Day. World No Tobacco Smoking Day. It's either you call it a World No Tobacco Day or World No Tobacco Smoking Day. Either one is actually okay. And the major theme for every World No Tobacco Day is to stop people from actually smoking tobacco, the regular cigarettes that we know of, and it's various variations. So based on this, we just talk briefly about tobacco smoking. We'll look at what's the causes, what actually make people get addicted to tobacco, the way it causes ill health, and then we look at the treatments and the likes. So, tobacco smoking is actually a practice of burning tobacco and inhaling the smoke, and which will be tasted in the mouth and eventually be absorbed into the bloodstream. And about 23% of the world population actually smoke tobacco, according to research. And this smoking has been linked to a lot of diseases, such as coronary artery disease, that's CAD. Then we have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. That's also been linked with cancer and decreased reproductive health. Of course, we all know that tobacco is actually being grown. The name of the plant is actually Nicotiana tabacum, and it was discovered a long time ago. It was actually being smoked by Native Americans before being introduced to Europe by Christopher Columbus in the 15th century. And it wasn't until 1964 before it was now officially linked to public health problem. So, and after this, there are different researches that have been carried out to actually know the effect of tobacco smoking on our health, and different findings have been made. For instance, as it was discovered that a majority of people who smoke actually started as teenagers, and they either have a family or friend who smoke. So it's majorly one of the driving forces is peer influence. So, and of course, not only peer influence, but the one of the drivers is actually the effect of the way it's being commercialized, the glamorous way in which it's being portrayed on TV, on the internet. Everybody who smokes is always regarded as big boy, kind of. So of course we have different variation of it now, alternative, which we refer to as e-cigarettes and vaping, but still they are all more or less the same thing. So smoking is actually distributed around the world. Those are the act of smoking, and of course research has shown that about 32% of all male around the world takes tobacco, they smoke, while only 7% of all women. I want to raise objection to this, but I won't. I won't. Okay. So, well, Eastern and Southeastern Asian have the highest prevalence of smokers in the world, with about 45% of the population smoking. And Caribbeans and North America has the lowest prevalence, about 20%. So, let me quickly break this down. The disease development, the mechanism that tobacco, that smoking employs in causing some of disease-related problems are not really well known, but researchers have shown that they are linked. Not only researchers, even lots of testing, a lot of diagnostics have shown that tobacco smoking gives rise to devastating illnesses. So that I've mentioned the other time, coronary artery disease, that's CAD. It causes cancer in all body organs. It causes heart issues, COPD, and of course, it lowers reproductive health in the body. Tobacco smoking has been linked to about 17 classes of human cancer, because the substances contain about 16 known cancer-causing agents, which we refer to as carcinogens. So this makes it actually a very important cause of cancer in the body. And of course, we've already mentioned that it affects the heart, and it affects the productive system. In fact, in men, smoking has been linked to decreased semen volume, decreased semen density, and also decreased total sperm count. So, if someone is trying to get pregnant and realizes that his or her man is a chain smoker, well, it's possible that this can be the cause. In women, tobacco smoking has been known to affect menstrual cycle, and it's also caused what we refer to as decreased ovarian reserve. And when women smoke during pregnancy, it's likely that the child will be born with low birth weight and probably cryptorchidism, which is a form of deformity. So, as said earlier, the tobacco smoke actually contains a mixture of close to about 4,000 different compounds. That's actually a lot. And against a popular belief that people always say that secondary smokers, which we refer to officially as side stream smoke, are usually much more affected than the primary smoker. That's actually wrong. The mainstream smoke, who is the primary smoker, the one who is actually inhaling the smoke into the lungs, is actually much more affected than the side stream smoke. Of course, both are definitely affected, but the smoke that is being inhaled into the smoker's lung is actually hotter, is denser, and it contains a lot of compounds. Out of those 4,000 different compounds, more than the person that is just inhaling the smoke that is coming out from the other hand. So attention should be given to both. So that the lungs will not be affected. Okay, which other information am I here to pass across? Okay, already mentioned that it causes cancer, that Of course, when carrying out the physical examination, most people always, especially when you go to an hospital to smoking related issue, most smokers usually like to hide the fact that they have a history of smoking. So it's left to the clinicians and physicians to actually be able to find out more information that is directly linked or indirectly related to tobacco smoking. So some of the examination that can be carried out are to be done on the oropharynx, the periodontal disease, that's the teeth, tooth loss, cancer of the tongue, and the likes. And even ulcer, a little ulcerated portion of the mouth is an indication that the person is a chronic smoker. And also, the scent of tobacco doesn't leave the body anyway. The moment somebody is breathing, you'll be able to perceive that this person is actually, the smokes. The smell always follows them around. And we have those who actually who take cigar. The stain is always on their faces or fingers, and even sometimes on their teeth. So, treatments, in terms of treatments and management of smoking, there are no other ways to it. The best way to actually treat cigarettes, to treat smoking, is actually to drop it. Of course, it's very difficult. The substance inside the tobacco is actually nicotine, which is actually one of the most addictive substance known in the world. It's very, very addictive. So a lot of methods are actually going to be employed to actually stop somebody who is actually smoking. Those informations will be released inside the write-up that is going to be attached with this bow talk. So let me just cut it short so that we won't talk too much. So please, the information here is also is very important as we celebrate, as we've already celebrated World No Tobacco Smoking yesterday. I'll also leave you with this message that I always leave you with. Make sure you take care of your health. If you're smoking, please stop smoking. I know it's not easy, but you can definitely do it. So take care of yourself and have a lovely evening. Bye bye.